Welcome to another edition of Optics Rate Debates. In the last couple of debates we had all about Aimpoint red dots, so this one will be no different. Just we will debate and discuss about different models. My name is Theodore.
My name is Tadej, hello.
And today we are going to discuss all the details which we get questions about in emails regarding the H-1 and S-1. So what are the most common questions about those two models that we receive on emails or also on our YouTube channel?
Well, one of the most common questions we get from our customers, what is the general difference between S1 and H1 physically, for example?
Well, they're really similar, and as you can see, the H1 was definitely the model on which they designed the S1. So the H1 can be used on any kind of rifle, on any kind of platform and so on, while the S1 is specifically made for shotguns. And in the past we had a lot of users who used the H1 red dot. They bought a specific mounting solution and then they put the H1 on their shotguns. Usually with 4 MOA red dot. So Aimpoint saw a great opportunity to design a specific red dot for shotguns. So what they did is that they redesigned the lower part of the micro, so that now incorporates a special mounting solution for all the ribs on the shotguns. You get in the set, I think, 3 or 4 different parts with which you can always combine a mounting solution for any shotgun you can imagine, almost any. I would say that you can definitely mount on majority of all the shotguns. So this is the main difference. So the lower part on the H1, you have a standard Aimpoint solution for many various different mounts, while with an S1 you have a specific shotgun specific solution for mounting. This is the first difference. The second difference is that the S1 has a 6 MOA dot, so it covers 6 minutes of angle. This in reality means approximately 18 centimeters on 100 meters, while the H1 you can only get in 2 MOA, that means 6 centimeters, or 4 MOA, which means 12 centimeters of coverage on 100 meters.
Okay, I'm still curious. I saw that this S1 is quite low actually.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any? Can you supply this Aimpoint red dot with any riser perhaps to be a bit more higher?
No.
Like this.
And it's especially designed so that it's so low. If you look from the perspective of the I would say eyepiece lens, you see that the mount goes way closer to the lens on the S1 compared to the H1, but this is intentionally made this way, so that when you put your shotgun in your shoulder and when you look I would say over the rib, you're immediately inside of the glass of the eyepiece of the S1. So
this is intentionally for this purpose of use.
So it can be mount as low as possible, because this was the problem with H1. When people were mounting H1 red dots on their shotguns, there was always an internal Picatinny rail which was put on the rib on top of the barrel, and then this standard Picatinny mount on top of that Picatinny rail, and you had about 1.5 to 2 centimeters of clearance between the rib and the red dot, and this was quite, I would say, it was not the best possible solution. So with an S1 they got rid of the intermediate Picatinny rail, and they got rid of this Picatinny mount, or beaver Picatinny mount, which is standard on micro red dots, and built in a specific mounting solution, so that they were able to really squeeze the dot low as possible to the rib to get the best possible line of sight and clear vision when you're shooting with your shotgun.
Okay, what would you say about optical differences, comparison about these two? Are there any real, we can say, differences in terms of optics?
As far as I have seen, no. The only real difference is the dot, which is bigger in the S1, which is normal because when you're shooting with a shotgun, you need a bigger dot to cover a bigger area where where you hit the target. So basically, I saw no other differences in optics. Either if we talk about any tint, or if we talk about how clear the image is and so on, any kind of distortion, I would say they are completely the same. I am, however, a little bit curious why they didn't use the H-2 for the model for the S1 to cover or to protect a little bit better the turrets. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I can also see that this bikini covers quite clearly are interchangeable, but I can say for S1 it's cut off.
Yeah, it's well, the S1 uses the same bikini covers as the H1, but as if you like you noticed, they're cut on both sides.
Yes.
And it looks really funny because we had a couple of customers who said, "Why did you cut this?" No, we didn't. It was cut in the factory, and I would say this is definitely not the best possible solutions. I would expect something a little bit nicer and better from Aimpoint, especially because this is quite an expensive red dot, probably at the moment the best solution among all red dots for the shotgun. So I would expect a little bit different solution for the covers. It is true, however, that this is not the first time that Aimpoint did this. Also on the H1 with the Blazer original mount, they used the same tactic. They just cut the covers at the lower part so that they come nicer, that they fit nicer on the red dot.
Okay, so if we just one more time clarify, the H1 has interchangeable mount, which can be interchangeable basically any type of mount, and S1 is just exclusively designed for this rib shotguns.
Yeah, basically you can mount H1 on anything what you wish, and you can mount S1 only on shotguns on their ribs. And the second difference is the size of the dot, which is bigger in the S1. Everything else, as far as I'm able to see, maybe normally in Aimpoint itself they probably have normally they have better information, know better, but as far from what we have seen and tested, in all other aspects they are completely identical.
Okay, Theodore, I think this covers it up.
Yeah, thank you for watching. If you have any additional questions, write them down in comments, send us an email, and please subscribe.
Take care.